The secretary had only accidentally exposed herself under her skirt in the office, but the creepy guy across from her got a crystal clear view. Just as he leaned in, hoping for a better look, he was caught red-handed. Startled, he quickly turned away and pretended to be busy. But the next second, the secretary took off her glasses and strode over with an air of superiority. With a faint smile, she asked him how he liked what he saw. Xiaopeng tried to stammer out an explanation, but she didn't give him a chance to speak.
Tongue hanging out like some thirsty dog. Get a good peek?
Instead, she threatened to report him to the boss and get him fired. Sure, he wasn't entirely innocent, but her relentless, self-righteous attitude lit a fire in him. Faced with her repeated humiliation, Xiaopeng finally snapped and decided he wouldn't take it anymore. Except, all of that was just in his head. Back in reality, he was still timid and spineless, not daring to say a single word. He just stood there, swallowing his anger and listening obediently. To vent his frustration, he went home and immediately logged onto a live streaming site. Then he dumped his entire month's salary into it, all to become the top donor. Because in his mind, that meant he could make the girls on stream do whatever he wanted. But the girl he liked wasn't live that day. So he jumped from stream to stream, asking about Kelly's whereabouts. The other streamers didn't indulge him at all, they kicked him out without hesitation. Through one of the cameras, he even noticed photos posted in a hallway. When he zoomed in, he saw they were covered in vulgar insults about him. At that moment, his fragile pride took another crushing blow. If even money couldn't buy him respect, then he'd take it by force. Xiaopeng decided to get revenge. He hacked into the platform, tracked down the exact streaming location, and followed a staff member straight into the facility. The staff had no idea he was being tailed. By the time he realized something was wrong, it was already too late. It didn't take long for Xiaopeng to take care of everyone there. After that, he learned which room each girl was streaming from. Carrying a can of gasoline, he stormed off in a rage. When a security guard tried to stop him, Xiaopeng pulled out pepper spray and hit him in the face. While the guard was reeling in pain, Xiaopeng grabbed him from behind and snapped his neck without hesitation. Inside the room, he first found the woman who had posted his photo. She was clearly high, completely unaware of the danger closing in.
Homie, you're really starting to piss me off, man.
The other girls in the room were just as oblivious, still performing enthusiastically for their streams. Meanwhile, a viewer watching the stream suddenly noticed a stranger entering the background. Alarmed, he immediately sent a message to warn the streamer. Confused, she had no idea what he was talking about. As the viewer watched in growing panic, the figure appeared again. He urgently told her to turn around, someone was behind her, but when she looked, there was no one there. Irritated, she cut off the private chat. Moments later, the horrific scene unfolding in the room was witnessed firsthand by the two viewers. When they switched to other streams, no one else seemed to realize what was happening. John, whose girlfriend was among the streamers, quickly grabbed his phone and called Kelly, but she had just stepped away and didn't notice the call. He tried to warn them through the platform, but the streams had already been shut down. All they could do was watch helplessly as the girls were attacked, unable to do anything. When John finally switched to Kelly's stream, he realized she still had no idea someone had already broken in. At that moment, tens of thousands of people were watching this brutal live broadcast unfold, and Xiaopeng had already set his sights on Kelly's room.